The former Prime Minister of Israel, Ehud Olmert. Mr. Prime Minister, it's always such an honor to have you here. What is your reaction? It seems like a lot of mixed messages, but the Pakistanis, you may have just heard, sound like a deal may be on the horizon. The U.S. says a deal may be on the horizon. What is the sentiment there in Israel?
Well, I guess that there are quite a few people here which are disappointed, and they think that the fact that this understanding, which you call it a peace agreement, I'm not certain that this is a peace agreement, but whatever it is, does not include any control over the nuclear program of Iran, and which was the main reason for the war in the first place. So the fact that it is not part of the present agreement is just a general understanding about, as far as I understand, maybe we don't know all of the details. We have to see when it's signed, but to the degree that we know, it seems that the nuclear issue will be negotiated afterwards within the time framework of 60 days. So I think that the main reason for the military action in the first place is not part of this agreement. Also, of course, the missile program is also not part of it. And so I think that at least here in the government, I don't speak for myself, I think the government is unhappy, but I'm not certain that the government will say it out loud because the Prime Minister has very sensitive relations with the President.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point. So it seems maybe privately they're obviously on different pages. The other thing, too, is what is your experience with the Iranians? I mean, so many people are skeptical that a deal could ever happen with the Iranians. You, Mr. Prime Minister, have dealt with the Iranians firsthand for many years. You understand it, I think, better than so many people. Is there anything we could ever trust, even if they were to, quote, electronically sign this and agree to it? Could we ever trust that they would keep their word?
Well, the fact is this. I don't like the Iranians, the Iranian government. The regime in Iran is the same as it was. Instead of Khamenei at the age of 80, we have Khamenei at the age of 55. But other than this, I think the nature of this regime is the same. It's a radical, fanatic, Islamic, extremist government, and it's not changed against the initial expectations. But at the same time, I have to say that Iran signed an agreement with President Obama. President Trump decided in 2018 to withdraw from this agreement. And the fact is that Iran, as a result of this, started to enrich uranium rapidly. And they have reached a point where they have 450 kilos of enriched uranium at the 60%, which is very dangerous. Yet when Israel pulled out the archives, or the nuclear archives of Iran, we didn't find a shred of evidence that the Iranians violated the agreement. And I think it's now universally accepted that the agreement that was signed with President Obama, as weak as some people thought it was, I never thought it was a bad agreement. I thought that it wasn't an ideal agreement. It could have been better, but it was reasonably better than the situation before the agreement was signed. And this agreement was not violated by Iran. So I think that if there is an agreement that, and maybe it will be negotiated afterwards, that the Iranians will not move forward with any military nuclear program, then it is not as bad as it appears to be at the present time.
Well, let's see where this goes. We are, of course, all praying for peace. Of course, President Obama also had those pallets of cash, which a lot of people had great issue with. It's an interesting moment in history, and we are certainly praying that peace is at hand for Israel, for America, and for the world. Mr. Prime Minister, what an honor to have you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.